I love Denmark. I think it's so nice there.
Cheap beer, that is the number one thing.
I think that Denmark should be banned. I don't like the Danish people.
So for me, Denmark, I've been there for 1 week, maybe less, and I had the best time ever than the whole year I spent here in Sweden. That's my take. And the alcohol is there, cheap, and also the ferries are cheap as well. And you can travel there and get drunk, and you can do a little booze trip, and then you come back, and it's amazing.
Okay, they talk very weird and eat strange food.
The Danish people I've met are not very nice. They're very rude. Rude. Very rude.
I love Denmark. I think it's so nice there. And before I lived in France, and I met a lot of Danish people, and I became really good friends with a guy called Daniel Dalle. So shout out to Dalle, and I think Danish people are amazing. And yeah, I just love Denmark.
Well, for me, Denmark is a very nice country compared to Sweden. It's more of a cultural place where they love their beer and all that. And then I have some family there, so I love Denmark. I think it's a very nice country. It's a very nice place to visit as well.
Cheap beer, that is the number one thing. And then the Danish pose. Also, I'm told that I'm half Danish, but I'm from Scania. Scania I think it's called in English. In Sweden we call it Skåne. They bully me for it.
Yeah, well, in difference to Eric, which he mentioned like good things about Denmark, I don't like Denmark, and I think that Denmark should be banned. I don't like the Danish people because us Swedes are supposed to not like Denmark, so I don't like Denmark or the Danish people. That's like my answer. We don't like them at all.
Seems very similar to Swedish people, the culture and stuff. But I think one problem there's too much alcohol. They drink too much there, I think. But otherwise it's very similar to Sweden.
I really enjoy Denmark. I think especially Copenhagen is a beautiful city and there's a lot of things to do and people are super nice and happy. So Denmark is a really good place to visit, especially Copenhagen.
Even though I go to Denmark, I travel between the port of Frederikshavn and here in Gothenburg every day for work. I've only been to Denmark as in on land like twice in my life. And both times it has been absolutely fantastic. I have nothing to say to Denmark or to any Danish people except the very best. And it doesn't really hurt that the girls there are quite cute. Denmark is fantastic.
Yeah, Denmark is a really beautiful country now. I think the biggest problem about Denmark are the Danes themselves. But I've been to Copenhagen many times and I really enjoy it. It's a beautiful place.
I think Denmark is great. The only thing, it becomes kind of toxic because we're all so competitive about who can drink the most. And it's, I don't know, our relationship has always been kind of tense. But, you know, we're all the same really. So,
Yeah. Denmark it's a worse, it's a bad version of Sweden. And it's very, but it's nice. but their politicians are very bad.
Okay. I agree that Denmark is like a worse version of Sweden when it comes to politics, at least. It's beautiful, but I don't like the people very much.
Stefan, and I would like to send a little regard to Denmark because they have so polite people. They are very friendly and polite.
Yeah, I think Danish sounds pretty ridiculous. I think the Danish people are mostly rude compared to the Swedes. But I love to go to Copenhagen. They have great like party places and so on. So yeah, mixed opinions about Denmark.
Yeah, I think Denmark has better shopping than Sweden, especially in Copenhagen. More stores, and the people are fun to be around. They drink a lot of beer, and it's cheap alcohol there. So I think that's nice. It's nice to go here from Gothenburg to Copenhagen for a weekend or something, since it's like 3-hour drive. So yeah.